I like to take my favorite dishes from around the world and turn them into burgers. Lamb, a totally underutilized protein. It's got a nice barnyard sort of funk to it, and it's definitely a chef's meat. Today, the classic Greek staple, the gyro, gets burgerized. The lamb burger gyro. So lamb is a total chef's meat. It's what chefs eat when they're hanging out. And I'm shocked that it's not used in more lamb burgers, quite honestly, because it's got a lot of flavor. It's just as easy to cook as beef. A little lean for me, but we're gonna do some things to sort of add some more lusciousness to it later on in the process. Lamb, just by its nature, is gonna have this barnyard funk to it. We're gonna add some more spices, all right? So we're gonna add some cumin and coriander. And cumin and coriander, these are flavors that work excellently with lamb. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper. Okay, a lot of black pepper. So we really want to season this prior to cooking, and that's going to get the seasoning in every bite of the burger. That's a big meatball. That's a big meatball. Now we're going to make our burger patty. And this is called the pack. If you're ordering your meat from a butcher, they'll ask you how tight do you want the pack. My belief is that you always want the burger to be packed as loose as it can be. So now we have our lamb patty. Now we're gonna get into condiments. We have our lamb patty and we're inspired by the classic gyro. So what does a gyro go with? It goes with tzatziki sauce. So we're gonna make a quick version of our own tzatziki sauce. We're just gonna dice up some cucumbers. And now we're gonna add it to some Greek yogurt. So we have Greek yogurt, high in protein. Dill, one of my favorite herbs. It's like a classic herb. We're gonna chop up some dill. Chop up some parsley as well. Mint and lamb, obviously a good combination. We're looking for that burst of flavor that's gonna be in the tzatziki and the vegetables. We're gonna throw in some white pepper as well. White pepper, one of my favorite ingredients. A little bit of raw garlic. Garlic, you need that flavor of garlic in the tzatziki. We're gonna mix this all up. And then we're gonna add, of course, a little bit of lemon juice. This is gonna go great. Listen, a gyro, this is what goes traditionally with it. Sometimes you don't have to go too far from tradition, but a gyro is not traditionally a burger, so that's sort of the spin on this. We're ready to actually grill our lamb burger now. So we have cast iron. What we're gonna do is we're gonna brush that with a little bit of olive oil. We wanna make sure that our burger's not gonna stick to that grill. Cast iron has got this sort of heirloom thing about it as well. It's passed down sometimes from generation to generation. Some people even say that like the soul of everything that's been cooked in a cast iron pan stays with it. But there's a certain romance to cast iron for sure. We're gonna turn the burger a little bit before we actually flip it. So by turning it 45-degree angle, you can see we've made this fancy sort of lattice design on top of the burger, the quadrillage, whatever you want to call it, what people associate with a technically cooked piece of meat on a grill. Always be basting. In this case, it's lamb, so olive oil is a great fat of choice here. Give it a little bit more olive oil. So we're using the classic sesame seed bun. We're gonna actually slice the bun a little bit heavy on the bottom side, right? Because it's gotta hold up the burger, it's gotta hold up the condiments. We got a lot of things on this burger, so we want the bottom of the bun to be a little thicker than the top. We're gonna brush it with a little bit of olive oil, since olive oil and lamb, those go together really well. We're using our bun as a mopping device. We're sopping it. So there we go, we have our bun, nice and grilled and toasted. All right, so our burger's great. We want that to come off the grill. Why do you let your burger rest? Why does a steak have to rest? Because it just went through this aggressive cooking and now all of the juices have to sort of relax a little bit. If you cut right into it, they're gonna run all over the place. We're gonna start with the tzatziki sauce that we made. I can smell the dill, I can smell the garlic. And then we're gonna put our cucumber salad on here. So this is cucumbers with dill and mint and parsley and a splash of vinaigrette. We're gonna add a little bit of lettuce because you can't have a gyro without a little bit of shredded lettuce. We have some braised lamb, so this is some lamb shank. So this is gonna add that fat. Fat equals great mouthfeel, fat equals flavor. We're gonna add a beautiful slice of tomato as well. finish with a few pickled red onions. This is gonna add a little bit of spice, a little bit more acidity. All of these ingredients that are present in a classic gyro. Now I'm gonna squish it and cut into it, but there's something about making this amazing presentation and then just destroying it. So the classic Greek gyro just got burgerized. So good. Bye-bye. You're watching Burger Lab on Tasting. Don't forget to click to subscribe. It's totally free, and you'll enter a sweepstakes to win ironic t-shirts like this one.
Why settle for a regular grilled cheese sandwich when you can make it into a cake? Find out how right here. Things don't just get fishy, they get downright weird as 5-Second Films takes on rotten shark meat with a Brinavine chaser. In case you haven't heard enough of Beyonce lately, now one restaurant wants to serve her as a sandwich. With this chilly, John stage of dinosaur barbecue gives you a little taste of Texas that doesn't involve guns or the electric chair. Subscribe for more free tasted treats.